All right, people, it's the time once again to take you on a trip around the world of esports gaming and the games, and I'm always excited to be back on the show. It's the Afrogamer Show right here on Afro Sports TV, and here we serve you the very best from the world of esports gaming and the games. My name is Shayo, your regular host, and it's great to be back on the grind, your weekend starter like we love to call it, and I definitely know that you are ready to serve all that we've got to serve you today. It's a loaded package. It's an interesting package. At some point might be hilarious, but you know us. We just make it something soothing for you to enjoy all weekend long. Let's take a quick break. When I get back, it will be time to delve into the news. And you know, as always, my partner in good things, never in crime, Ife would be joining me, and together we will be looking at the news making the rounds from across the world of esports. All right, welcome back, people. It's still the Afrogamer Show, and if you're just tuning in for the first time, the big question I'll ask you is, where have you been? We're almost touching 30 episodes, and you're just joining us. Come on. Then you've missed so much. But you know, you can always binge watch on the Afrogamer YouTube channel or the Afro Sports YouTube channel. They are loaded there for you to enjoy all that we've done before now. But for today, trust me, you would enjoy it and you would never miss any episode once again. So let's delve into the news making the rounds. Ife joins me. Ife, how are you doing? How has the week been? Personally, I shared with you off air, right, that I should have been in Namibia. So that's the only thing that is paining me right now. But I'm not there, but it's fine. How you doing, bro?
Yes, Shayo. Hello. I'm doing okay. I'm actually doing fine. It's the episode after Easter. Easter was, was quiet. So I think what we can do is, for this episode, if you played any games during the Easter weekend, I know it was long for some people, just comment, in the comment section what games you were playing. Let's just have an idea of what games our viewers were playing.
I'll share mine
but
first.
I'm doing okay. More news.
I share mine first. Lots with my brother. We're just playing and beating ourselves on the console.
Oh, interesting. So, what I was playing was there's a new mobile game called Prince of Persia. They brought the game to mobile, and I'd kind of registered for it. I'd forgotten totally
Any
that
link
we
to
had
the
a date.
to the movie? Because I love that movie.
Yes, so it's been, I think, the movie actually was a spin-off of the game, because the game is old, but they kind of revamped it. So I didn't even remember that I'd subscribed to the game. I was also saying, let me just clear apps. I said, what is this? And so far, so good. It allows you to do a trial. You have to definitely buy the game, but I played the trial. Right. It was nice. I'm a crusader for mobile gaming, so it was nice. And we'll be talking also today about a game that's coming to mobile. Stay tuned.
Okay, stay tuned, guys. But let's first take a trip to Morocco. It's all about the Morocco Gaming Expo. I think this is the second edition, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it's the second edition, and lots of excitement loaded in that one. Yet again, the Moroccan market taking things serious, showcasing itself, and definitely poised for
yes, like you rightly said, second edition. The maiden edition started last year, and the whole, like we all know, they've been trying to be the, for lack of better phrase, the Saudi of Africa in terms of esports. They are trying very much to promote esports gaming, and they've been doing so well. I personally have been impressed. So this second edition, once again, the Morocco Gaming Expo will be taking place in Rabat. So apparently they are also creating how Saudi has Qiddiya. They have the Rabat city, that the main goal is to become that gaming city or the gaming hub for Africa. So it's going to be a wonderful session. The expo would definitely have professional networking, would have conversations, fire chats, market insights. Then they also have that support for startups. So if you have a gaming startup and you're looking on how Morocco can support you, then that would be the event you should be. And funny enough, this is not even by the Federation of Esports in Morocco. It is by the Ministry of Youth and Culture and Communication. So they have cornered it as their own IP, and then, you know, they have different moving pieces around it. Obviously, that the Federation of Esports will be taking part in that. So if you're in Morocco, if you can make it to Rabat City, then this is an event that you should attend. It's going to be taking place between July 2nd and July 6th. Definitely.
Good one to look forward to. Just about 2 months or thereabout away, 3 months away from now. I think the youth ministry, youth culture communication can take up gaming. And I think we've always talked about that. The beauty of this ecosystem is there's esports and there's gaming. And gaming not in the sense of lotto and the and betting, but, you know, gaming in terms of video games. And the youth ministry can actually take that up, because we know that doesn't have to do anything to do with the competitive side. And if you look at the rollout, the only part where esports will come in is a bit. Every other thing touches on gaming. So beautiful idea from there in that one. Let's look at this one. Top esports titles reviewed for the Morocco Gaming Expo. Also still talking Gaming Expo. There would be an esports bit, which is exactly what I was saying earlier on. And we have a tournament that would have Free Fire, AFC 25, Street Fighter, and Valorant. Still part of the mix,
still
right?
Part of the mix. Once again, now this is where the federation comes into play. So they've been able to hand that over to the federation. And funny enough, the African Confederation of Esports is also, you know, being mentioned. As to why, I'm not sure, but let's see. But once again,
but we know the Moroccan
exactly. But something that stands out for me, Shayo, about this is once again they are picking titles that shows intention to prepare for competitiveness. So these are tournaments, once again, that, you know, once there's a global call, they are ready. And not just, you know, picking titles out of emotions or having a long list of, you know, of titles. So, you know, it shows intention,
All right, good intentions indeed from that one, Morocco Gaming Expo, July 2nd to 4th, to 6th, I mean, is when to look forward to that one. Let's come back home to Nigeria, and it was all about Gamers Assembly, Nigerian corner, with all the vibes and buzz out there in Paris, France. They've gone, they've seen, have they conquered?
I like how you phrase that, actually. Yes, so, you know, there's been this ongoing partnership with the French embassy and a few other, you know, people of interest in, you know, that, you know, from France, where they've said, you know, they have interest in building the ecosystem of the gaming ecosystem for Nigeria. So this is the third time. The first time was 2 years ago. A few gamers, a few stakeholders did go and they returned. And then the following year, which was last year, instead of the ecosystem stakeholders to go, the government, Lagos State government, went. So you had, like, I think the Commissioner of Sports, and this time I think they now had to resort back to default and take the stakeholders. So you had once again gamers, game developers like Maliyo, like Kucheza Gaming, and then they took a few people to go and do like a crash course for production, gaming production, of, you know, streaming and all on whatnot. And you know, the question now is, now you've trained these people, is the agreement or the partnership with the French embassy to do or promote esports in Lagos or in Nigeria, will you now employ the services of these people you've trained, or what is the end goal. I believe a few gamers showcased their games, so hopefully it creates awareness. Another thing that stood out for me was Infinix Mobile going there to showcase their phones, and I couldn't help but question, are you trying to sell Infinix Nigeria in France, or what is what was the mindset behind that? Because I believe Infinix itself, I believe they should exist in Europe, and that should be their job. So what are you doing? Even if you're trying to show how good the phone is for gaming, it should be done by the Infinix Europe. So I'm trying to understand that logic, but hey, once again, like someone would say, politicking, let's leave it at that. And like you said, they've gone, they returned. Hopefully this time they have conquered.
All right, fingers crossed to see the outcome of this. Hoping it's democratized in terms of everyone would benefit from it, because most times it's always about the trip, never about the benefits. Well, fingers crossed to see how that pans out. Let's leave that and talk about, okay, we'll take a quick break. Retro first, so that we'll take a break, and when we come back, we go global beyond Africa and talk about the news making rounds there. And for Retro today, we're looking at the Grand Prix circuit on PC. This was legendary. This was something exciting. You would enjoy it, and that's why we're serving it to you right now. Enjoy it. We'll be right back with more on the Afrogamer. All right, welcome back. That was Retro for today, and I'm sure you enjoyed it. That's why we served it to you. Trust me, you definitely would enjoy that one. If let's move on with the news, this time beyond Africa. And just as we suspected, when the Saudis came into the space and started, the ambitious move towards the Vision 2030, we knew that most of the Arab countries would also join the party. We're talking Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, especially those two. We know the others too would be interested along the line. And that's exactly what has happened right now with Abu Dhabi looking to build the first ever esports island. And they're pumping in as much as $280 million into this. Very ambitious, very innovative, but it's huge. That's all I can say.
Yes, so Shah, this is very, very interesting. So I'm seeing a little bit of power play here. And when I say power play, especially with the UAE, where they believe they are more attractive in terms of tourism than Saudi Arabia. So it's now a case, so it's not, so it's now a case of, we also have this plan. I don't think they are copying, but it's just like, I think Saudi was the first to show their hand. So yes, so instead of creating an esports city like Qiddiya that Saudi is trying to do, they are now trying to do an island. So now you know that even if I'm not a gamer, or let's say there's a gaming tournament, let's assume PUBG's global tournament goes there. As a gamer or even just a fan, there is more activities for you to do than just sit down and watch. So for example, you can now take along the family, you can take along significant others, you can take around, you know, people who are not even interested in gaming, but because it's an island that would have so many activities, the beach will be there, you can, so they are carving it out totally. And honestly, I am loving this. So once again, the project is supposed to include gaming arenas, training centers, event spaces. So obviously they'll bring in a mix of entertainment, concerts, you know, things that happen like residency that happens in Las Vegas, that you can come and be there for a month and just be performing. Things like that will happen there. They will also have luxury hotels. Once again, they are creating, in this case, they're doing best of both worlds. They are making it attractive for tourism and then trying to bring in the global, you know, the global gaming space. So for example, once again, if you are doing a PUBG tournament or a Street Fighter tournament there, committed, people will be more attracted to go there than Saudi. Don't forget, Saudi is a mixed reaction. But UAE, you know, a lot of people like, okay, it has been a tourism destination, so let's go. So I'm really happy, you know, about that. I think we need to have more of that. I'm not subscribing to just Saudi being the only destination for everything. I believe we should start to have, you know, different destinations, and I'm hoping, you know, I think more spaces.
More spaces. So can we say this is the future? This is the future Olympic Esports Games, or even global
I totally agree with you. And it might, let's not forget, the Esports World Cup is team based. They can decide to do country based now. It's open for grabs.
Okay, fingers crossed. Let's see how that goes. And you mentioned earlier on, and allow you spill the beans, a game coming to mobile, and this time it seems there will be competition for the likes of Call of Duty Mobile and a few others. Tell us about it.
Yes, so to all mobile gamers, Valorant, a popular PC game which has been #1 in terms of college esports. So that's the #1 college esports where, you know, schools are competing with themselves globally. If you go to Asia, if you go to the Americas, it was top sport, and now it's coming to mobile. So as at 4 years ago, right?
And you know that an African team won the campus. What's that tournament again?
Campus Clash. Correct. Yes.
Anubis.
I remember that.
In 2022.
Yes. So the publishers Riot Games had initially announced it 4 years ago, and it's just now that, you know, it's going to be released. The interesting thing is the studio that is making it is Lightspeed, the same ones that make PUBG Mobile. So you should expect that this game will be good, and it will meet expectation the same way PUBG is doing well. So once again, there has been no official release date, but they've already started taking sign-ups in China for testing. So once again, the Chinese, this is where I think it's unfair. Once again, the Chinese will have tested it, know all the looks and crannies before the rest of us. You know. Exactly. So, but once again, it's a game I've been looking forward to. So to me, it's a game I've been looking forward to, and I'm, you know, excited it's coming. I believe it's going to give an alternative to PUBG and Call of Duty Mobile, and especially because Africa is more of a mobile first community, so that now gives us, you know, one more title to bring us into the global fold. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm expecting the release date so that I can, you know, download and start to play.
Definitely, we all are looking forward to this one, and can only get better. Trust me, can only get better. Everyone wants to be involved in what's happening in the world of esports, and I think Valorant won't like to miss that, you know, mobile part. And like you said, it was announced way back. It was meant to be called Wild Rift then, right?
Yes.
It had a different name because I was trying to, while you were talking, I was trying to.
Yeah, so what had happened was someone had made a duplicate of it. and brought it out. But I think Riot Games shut it down. So you're talking about that imitation.
Yeah.
So they brought an imitation to mobile, and I think it was a light bulb moment for Riot Games because a lot of people loved that game. They're like, okay, you know what? Let's now launch the mobile.
It made some rounds at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's how we have it on the news for this edition of the Afrogamer show, and definitely, we've served you the very best from across the world. We're moving into the spotlight now, and I want Ife to be the one to launch it because he's the man who discovers these games, right? He's the discovery guy. So launch this one for our spotlight.
So the spotlight for today, once again, like we've said in previous episodes, we're going to be spotlighting African games by African developers. For this episode, we do have Crazy Ludo, which is a nostalgic board game in many parts of Africa called Ludo, and now they're just giving you a mobile version so that you'd have it, in your bag, in your pocket, and they've added fun, features to it so that it doesn't look boring. This is by Maliyo Games, which are one of the leading studios, not just in Nigeria but in Africa as a whole. Let's enjoy. And once again, in the comment section, you can let us know what you think. The app is available on both stores, both Apple and the Google Play Store. iOS, yes.
Alright, so get to enjoy it. Crazy Ludo, we spotlight it, and you should also get it so that you can get to play it. Thank you so much, Ife, for being part of the show for this week.
Alright, and thank you. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Alright guys, let's take Crazy Ludo, our spotlight for the Afrogamer Show for today. We'll be back for more. You don't want to miss it. Alright, welcome back. There you have it, Crazy Ludo. And well, if you played Ludo, everybody played Ludo, right? 6-6. You're just gunning for that 6-6 so that you can do some wonders. That is a digital version on mobile. It's definitely something to enjoy on the move. And just like Ife said, go download it on the Google Play Store or the Apple iOS Store and enjoy it. You can give your reviews on the in the comment section. We'll get to see them much later. Let's move to the fun side of games right now. And for one who travels, across the world on eSport matters, this is something I think I need. And I'll talk to Ife. He has not fulfilled his Christmas and New Year promise. So we'll keep shifting what the gifts should be till we find the perfect one. So this one makes sense. Talking about a gaming suitcase, which has a screen, the console, and a controller, all in a suitcase. Just as you're traveling, they check it in for you. You meet your luggage on the other side, and you get to enjoy when you travel. Let's look at this one. Talking about the fun side of games. When we get back, it's the final lap of the show, and you know what we do right there. It's all about the game over segment. Stick around, people. Alright guys, welcome back. It's been a fun episode of the Afrogamer Show right here on Afrosports TV. Don't forget, it's a joint production of Afrosports TV and the Afrogamer News platform. And together we've always, every week in, week out, serve you the very best from the world of esports gaming and the games. It's time to go on the show for this week, but not without our Game Over segment, which is an interesting one. So, like I always say, come close. Let's talk about it. So over the last weekend or the last 1 week, it's all been about the Nigerian contingent at the Gamers Assembly. So we heard that there were about 50 in the delegation that went out there. But big question, just as I raised earlier on during the news segment, is we can come, we can see, but how much of a conquering do we do? Which is how much of an impact does most of the strips or this particular one have on our ecosystem as one? We're particular about that because we believe that there's a lot to bring back. There's a lot to, push out there, and there's a lot of synergy that can happen beyond the signing of whatever memorandum has been signed in the past or will be signed in the future. What matters most is to see the impact of this on our ecosystem and on the, budding talents that abound. We know the big names are already enjoying the perks of some of these things, but it has to trickle down, and one that we know would spread and affect the entire ecosystem. Kudos on this particular trip as regards the training on production, because you all know, like we said, there's a future in esports that would demand some of these soft skills and talent. So kudos on this particular one, but there is still much more that we know that can be harnessed from these trips that are yet to be, harnessed and exploited, that we believe would be the case in future. And we expect that the people who should be thinking in that direction would be doing that very thing to ensure that this happens for our ecosystem, not just in Nigeria, but for Africa as a whole. Should we also talk about the phone brand, mobile phone brand, that is leaving our shores with the millions of people to capture here and going there? Maybe not, but we believe that they can do better, even harnessing or addressing the market of their immediate constituents rather than thinking of that side. But hey, it's a discussion for another day, like I said. That's the Game Over for today. Thank you so much for being part of the show, the Afrogamer Show. Like I always say, it's your weekend starter, so do enjoy your weekend. We'll catch you again next week with another bumper episode that you don't want to miss. My name is Shayo. Bye for now.
Welcome to Gamers Assembly 25. We are here in Saint Portia in France, and yeah, it's really exciting. So I'm going to take you through the area we are in. We have about 25 delegates from Nigeria. Yeah, I think like maybe 15. I'm not so sure. About 15 delegates, but yeah, really exciting to know that game developers are also involved in this trip. So we have Maliyo, we have Kucheza, we have Deluxe Entertainment, that is Edushola, and myself, Africa Comic. It's exciting. So I'm going to take you around. I'll be your eyes. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. So this is the entrance. And you have lots of, hello! Yes, lots of candy. Oh, sugar rush. I've been eating so much chocolate. I don't know what to say. But then you have more sweet stuff, more exciting stuff. That's Fortune. Hello, Fortune. Yeah, it's busy. That's Mayowa. And this is a cosplay. Really cool. So, moving on. Chocolati. Bonjour. Red Bull, give me wings. Bonjour. Yeah. I'm going to, we have the Nigerian booth where we're showing awesome stuff. That's Andre. So we had some of the esports stakeholders intent to learn how to set up. Hello, Andre, I'm live. Do a shout out to everyone in Africa.
Everyone in Nigeria and Africa, welcome to Gamers Assembly Day 1. It's basically a very busy day.
Okay, you're saying too much. Bye-bye. I don't know what he thought. Maybe if the Let's join the crowd. Hey, all I want to yeah. Hey, buddy. Ah, that's it. I'm joining the crowd. Guys, this is super. Okay. Let's take the other side. There's a lot of gaming activities going on here. I'm looking for a clear path to the Nigerian booth. It's freezing cold, it's raining, very cold as well. You have Nintendo Switch here. Look at that! Look at that. Lots of Nintendo. Just out there for you to come play, have fun, enjoy yourself. There is an indie assembly. This is for game studios in France. Lots of games, we'll be interacting with them. They have Alienware PCs. When you go there, you see the name of the studio. This is Eta. That's another game studio. This is another game studio. Really fun, really fun. Mix City Swap. That's Kumi! Kumi, say hello! Yep. Yes. I have a friend here, his name is Alexis. Hello! Bonjour! I'll come around. Yes. And this is the Nigerian booth. The Nigerian booth. Yes, who is there in the booth? Dr. C!
We are out here in Nigeria is in the building. The VR section for somebody to come try out some brand new VR.
Woo!
You want to have a go? It's not even paying attention.
Yeah!
That's the problem.
That's Alex.
Friend.
This is Bukola. That is Gina. This is Abu. That is Mary. Bonjour! I'm live. Yes. And yeah. Hey, guys are playing games. Yeah? This is Edushola. Hello, Edushola. Are you recording me? Yeah, so this is the Nigerian, but we have a meeting area. So if you're joining this event, you can come discuss with us, of course. Time to play, Nintendo Switch, Indie. Welcome to Nigeria. Yep. So there's also a LAN party happening at another venue. Just going to take you more. That's Expo. I don't know if you can hear me. They're playing games here. Game Gen, like Game Legend, you get it. There's a t-shirt fan art area, which is really cool. You can do some shopping here. Very cool, trust me. Very, very cool. And I forgot, for us, the Nigerians, we also have, Infinix brought their phones, so we have a lot of games on the phones, like you see. Okay, so there's
All you need to score is 2 goals.
Chique.
What is the problem? All you need to score is 2 goals.
Chique. This is Safari City.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, really, really cool. Okay then. Hello. Oh, the Yakuza is here. So yeah, what can I say? Really busy. We are networking, we are learning, we're showcasing. We're doing quite a lot of stuff. And yeah, look at lots of games. There's also board games. Let me show you. I'm going to join that crowd. Okay guys, this has gone long enough. But I would I'll get in touch with you. Okay? So we'll share updates, we'll share what's going on. We'll keep you updated. This is Gamers Assemble. See you later.